Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for our April 21st, 2026 regular board meeting. I would like to have a moment of self-reflection and a pledge of allegiance led by Mr. Lowry.
Thank you. May we all stand, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and you may be seated.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lowry. Mr. Allen, can you do roll call for us, please?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Shonda Stovall,
Here.
Mr. Ed Lowry,
Here.
Miss Mary Jane Abbott,
Here.
Miss Shantae Boyd, Miss Monique Braswell, Miss Venus Kane,
Here.
Mr. Walter Eubanks, Mr. Charlie Hanna,
Here.
Miss Samantha Valentine,
Here.
Mr. Charlie Walker,
Here.
and that's everybody.
Thank you very much, Mr. Allen. Next item of agenda is our board norms for the Board of Education. These are the norms that guide and govern our activity as a board. And this month, we will be focusing on communication with staff. It's in domain 1, governance structure. Number 1, board members will not give direction to or communicate directly with staff regarding district operations and or act in the capacity of an administrator. The superintendent is the only employee who reports directly to the board. Number 3, board members will always be respectful and courteous when communicating with staff. Number 4, if there are concerns about a staff member, board members will speak privately with the superintendent about the matter. I want to highlight number 2 again. The superintendent is the only employee who reports directly to the Board of Education. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is part of our board norms and protocols that the Board of Education used to govern itself. We have no guests tonight, but we do have several recognitions. Our first recognition is recognizing success, contributions, and excellence. And this month, we're focusing on internal auditing. Mr. Lowry?
Thank you so much, Madam President. Tonight, we want to say thank you and show appreciation to our internal audit department. Will you please stand? Thanks for all you do, and also board member Ms. Abbott will help me this evening.
Okay. Internal Auditing Department. Y'all can have a seat. This is going to take a minute. The Richmond County School System's Internal Auditing Department is composed of 7 highly skilled professionals who bolster our school system's financial integrity and operational efficiency. The team audits school operations, support organizations, central office departments, and special projects to monitor compliance, reduce risk, and strengthen internal controls. Beyond its core responsibilities, the department has supported the Richmond County School System's partnership with United Way for more than 20 years. Each year, the team collects and verifies donations from schools and departments, ensuring accountability for every contribution. They have also helped organize and host the annual United Way kickoff and have given their time through volunteer efforts, including service on the Citizens Review panel and participation in the Book Bash. This work often happens behind the scenes, but it is essential to the success and sustainability of our school system. Through their work, the team helps ensure taxpayer dollars are used effectively while strengthening district-wide practices. On behalf of the Richmond County Board of Education, thank you for your dedication to maintaining the financial health and compliance of our system. Thank you.
Once again, we want to say thank you, and if y'all can make your way down, we want to take a picture with you. Thanks for all you do.
Tried to help you out.
Madam President.
Oh, no, I'm good. Y'all.
Thank you so much, Madam President.
Thank you. Our next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recognitions will be handled by Dr. Creekmer. It is our recognition of our Richmond County School System Science and Engineering Fair winners, and our Model Water Tower, which is one of my favorite competitions. So Dr. Creekmer, I'm just gonna turn it over to you and you work your way through everything you got.
Thank you, Ms. Stovall, board members, and Dr. Welch. As it's already been shared, we are celebrating our competition winners. Science and Engineering Fair for elementary school, middle school, high school, regional level, state level, local level, Model Water Tower, and Science Bowl. So for our upper elementary science and engineering first place winners, y'all remember, come on now. We're gonna start with Bel Air, Stephen Howard Jr., Freedom Park K-8, Braden Durant, Amelia Nussbaumer, Ethan Alicia, Maddox Ehlers, Eric Rowe, Goshen, Adeline McKellar, T.H. Garrett, Carly Barkas, A. Dorothy Hines, DeMarco Jenkins, and Marley Sanders. Healthsville Elementary, Eden Fleming, Lake Forest Hills, Winnie Sawyer, and Maddie Morgan, McBean, Aniston Brown, Montesano, Zoe Nussler, and Cooper Hamilton. For Warren Road, Harley Scott, and Santiago Massey. Those are our first place winners. Give it up for the principals. Let's give our winners another round of applause. For second place, we'll start off with C.T. Walker, Niall Vidal, Brogan Mosby, Gustavo Kasama, Deer Chase, Kingston Smith, and Collier Simmons, A. Dorothy Hines, Sarabi Porter, and River Williams. We'll also add our third place winners, Barton Chapel, we have Aurora Bird and Journey Walker. From Copeland, we have Elon Williams, A. Dorothy Hines, Kyrie Reddick, Jamestown, Alex Carter, Lake Forest Hills, Nolan Davis. From Sue Reynolds, we have Zalia Moody and Bella Fielding. Tobacco Road, Crystal Picardo, Justin Rocker, and Riley Lambert. From Wilkinson Garden, Hollis Brown. For our 6 through 12 Regional Science and Engineering Fair Middle School Division, first place, Pine Hill Middle School, Charlotte Killebrew, and Cameo Fair. A.R. Johnson, Nicholas Lofton. Second place, A.R. Johnson, Andrew Carr, Ramasi Rahman, Garrick Murphy, Aaron Fryer, RCTCM, Danielle Howard, and Delvin Howard. Healthsville Middle, Avani Laughlin, Freedom Park K-8, Leanna Burton.
Keep wearing that. That's smart.
Third place, Freedom Park, Sean Sanchez, Stephen Rowe, Edward Felder. Richmond County Technical Career Magnet, Elijah Basil, Clinton McCullough, Lauren Wallace. And from Freedom Park with the Fisher Scientific Top Awards, Joshua Harris.
Look smart.
Look at that, look at him, got his little pocket protector, he's all situated, I love it. He's wearing the part. Yes, he is, he said, dress for success. Hey, Miss Middleton, how are you?
All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Had the ground dignified, boy. Got his pocket protector on.
Yes, sir.
Continuing with our 6 through 12 Regional Science and Engineering Fair winners for our high school division. First place, Davis of Fine Arts, Elena Pruitt, Liana Malizer, Olivia Hohosh, Annie Zhang, Charlotte Dickerson, Han Yu Zhao. Second place, John F. Davison, Adetutu Adiyami, Ivory Gaber, Caroline Moon, Anna Griffin, Naomi Gillies, Julika Cunningham, Eddie R. Johnson, Derek Topolsky, Journey Dunbar, Kamora O'Neill, Danielle Wright. Richmond County Technical Career Magnet, Rashawn McTier. Third place, John F. Davison, Rebecca Barrows, May Smith, Lilia O'Connell, Paisley Dorr, and Kate Thomas.
Three, two, one.
Back to K5, this is a state competition. Helps Bay Elementary, Eden Fleming, second place. A. Dorothy Hines, DeMarco Jenkins, first place. Marley Sanders, grand top 10%. Bel Air Elementary School, Stephen Howard Jr., third place. Freedom Park K-8 School, Eric Rowe, third place.
Three, two, one. Thank you.
For our 6 through 12 State Fair, from John F. Davidson, we have Annie Zane, fourth place. From A.I. Johnson, fourth place honors Nicholas Lofton.
I love it, sit right in the middle, it's all about you, baby. Don't cover your smile with your certificate.
For Science Bowl, Team B from John S. Davison, third place Brain Teaser, Captain Elena Pruitt, members Adetutu Adeyemi, Lewis Kraut, Phoebe Lee, and Rebecca Barrows. Team A, second place overall, also John S. Davison, Captain Caroline Moon, members Ariel Lee, Liliana Belizer, May Smith, and Tim Ming. For our last competition, Model Water Tower. This competition was held at A.R. Johnson and sponsored by the Augusta Utilities Department. First place, Jonas Davison, Charlie Cathy, and Arthur Fisherfer. A.R. Johnson, second place, Shatal Rao and Olivia Nurse. We also have the results from the state competition held in Atlanta, Georgia. John F. Davison won the Engineering Design Award. A.R. Johnson won the State Judge's Choice Award. And Shatal Rao won the Future Water Leaders Award.
Three, two, one. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of those students and all of their hard work. That is a phenomenal feat, not only to make regional, but to make state as well. And so many of our young people with STEAM and all of those items that they put in the work. The regional water tower competition, that is not an easy competition. They have to build a working water tower and understand how it influences our water. And so I'm very proud of the students and their hard work, the recognition, all of our state winners. Look at Richmond County up here taking first, second, and third place of all the districts in the state of Georgia. And I don't think everybody pay attention to how important that is. Of all the districts in the state of Georgia, we have 180 districts, and our students get first, second, and third place. So great things are happening in Richmond County, and I am so proud to be a Richmond County representative. So congratulations again to those students and to moms and dads, because I know the running around and taking them places and buying all the equipment. I remember what it was to do the science fair project. The day before it was due. Mom, I got a science project due. Yeah, you finna fail this one. Can I get an approval of the agenda, please?
So moved.
I have a question I'd like to add an item
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Kane.
under new business, please.
Okay,
Discussion about discipline, please.
discussion about discipline. All right. Ms. Kane, you had a question. If someone guided a question to you, who's discipline?
Students.
Okay, question, student discipline.
Number 3.
Yep. Board members, please write it on your agenda. And we need a vote for that, please.
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Ms. Kane, second by Ms. Abbott. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so we can add that to our agenda. So let's go back to the approval of the agenda, please. Oh, who first? Who motioned? Oh, Mr. Lowry made a motion to approve the agenda. Can I get a second? Second. All right, it's been motioned by Mr. Lowry, second by Mr. Hannah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so that's the newly revised agenda. Can I get an approval of the minutes, please?
So moved.
All right, it's been moved by Mr. Lowry, second by Mr. Walker. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm going to abstain. I didn't get a chance to read them.
Okay,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. So we have one out. Okay, so that's 9. Okay, we got it from her abstention. All right, yeah, 8, 1, and 1. Thank you, Charlie. 7, 1, and 1. Yeah, I'm ready to go home. Can I get an approval of the consent agenda, please?
So moved.
All right, it's been moved by Mr. Lowry, second by Ms. Valentine. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We're gonna move down to the Human Resource Committee, letter number N, and I'm gonna turn that over to you, Ms. Kane.
We will now have approval of the monthly superintendent personnel recommendations.
Thank you,
Go ahead.
thank you,
Dr.
Ms.
Shepherd.
Kane. I'm asking for approval for the monthly superintendent's recommendation list.
All in favor, say aye.
You got a motion?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I need a motion. Second.
So move.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Are there any questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
It passed. That ends the Human Resource Committee.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Kane. All right, other committee reports, planning and zoning, Mr. Lowry.
Yes, ma'am. Some great news tonight. 827 7th Street details a 5-unit townhomes. Be some growth there for W.S. Hornsby Elementary School, W.S. Hornsby Middle School, and Lucy C. Laney High School, District 1 and District 10. Some improvement there. Also, 421 Pleasant Home Road, 131 lots. Improvement to the school, Warren Road Elementary, Tut Langford Middle School, West Side High School, District 7 and 9. Some growth going there. And also last, 974 Burlington Drive, 38 lots, Sioux Reno Elementary School, Bel Air Middle School, Academy Richmond High School, District 1 and District 5, District 10, some growth there. That's in our report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lowry. County Commission report, Ms. Kane, do you have anything for us this month?
Nothing from county commissioner nor housing this month.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Board of Health report, Ms. Abbott, do you have anything for us?
There was no meeting in April, but there has been another measles case that has popped up in Saluda County.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
I just want to make sure that we're paying attention to that, because again, if any of our students or if any of our teachers is exposed, that is a 21-day mandatory quarantine. So that can wreak havoc on us. But other than that, no, we're good.
Other than that. It made me itch just so you saying it, like it means. Thank you very much, Ms. Abbott. Ms. Boyd is not here for our EDA. There is no legislative report. I was going to say Mr. Marcus. Mr. Allen, do you have any superintendent remarks?
Just in general, just making sure our parents and our staffs are prepared for milestone testing, end of course testing that will take place over the next few weeks. Nothing spectacular. Let's do what we worked on. We prepared for this moment, and so we're excited for our students and staff to be able to show everybody all the great work we've done throughout the year.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, on to new business. We have 3 items. The first one is approval of the revised pay-as-you-go bylaws. Mr. Fletcher.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Stovall. You received in your package a memorandum as well as a red line and clean versions of these proposed amendments to the pay-as-you-go bylaws. And just a quick background, in September 23, the board amended and restated the pay-as-you-go bylaws to really change the numbering, qualifications, and selections process of the pay-as-you-go committee. You set the number at 11, with 10 to be appointed, by the board members from the individual districts, and then 1 to be appointed by the superintendent. And all that was well and good, but in practice, the committee has experienced, some awkwardness, because after a new election, y'all appoint, of the November election, you appointed in November, and ideally you appoint the new members in January. But the annual meeting at which officers are elected are in August, so that kind of predates, the election of a new board member or whatnot, who would be appointing a new committee member. And as a result, those members do not get to participate in the voting and, election of the officers. Right now, the annual meeting is set in August of each year, and that's when officers are elected. And so as a result, newly appointed board members would have to wait 2 years before they could actually vote, in that cycle or whatnot. So in our proposals, we're recommending that we change the annual meeting from August to February, and February would be the time that those are appointed. And so, that would allow, I think, full participation. And also, just a couple other amendments in section 5.6 and 5.7. I think there's some errors from some older, the older bylaws that had kind of carried over to this, so it just, reflects those as well. So just bringing it to y'all for your consideration.
All right, any discussion? Any questions or discussion?
I don't have
Mr.
any
Walker?
questions or discussion, but I do want to say, and I agree with the voting, moving that to give the folks a chance. I mean, you shouldn't have to wait that long. Mr. Blitch was very appreciative of his time at our last meeting, and I think I would like to thank each one of y'all who kind of nudged your committee member that you got on the pay-as-you-go committee to attend the meetings. I know Mr. Smith will probably echo my sentiments when I say that if they can't vote on anything, then the committee really does nothing. And we have put this together. They've got a pretty big pot of money that they, make recommendations for. So continue to, if you think you've got somebody who might not be able to continue forward, think about somebody else and nominate them. But continue to, to egg those people on to say, hey, it's important that you go to the meetings. And again, I think because of some of the action that we had recently with the pay-as-you-go, there was better attendance. They were able to get some things done. And again, Mr. Blitch was very appreciative of him being able to come up. He texted me after, he goes, I think I talked too much. I said, you didn't talk enough. But it's an important committee, and it's kind of out of sight, out of mind sometimes. But we hear the name pay-as-you-go, and we just assume they're doing what they're doing. And that's not always the case. So thank y'all for y'all's support of that, and hopefully we can continue to do that going forward. And hopefully some of these changes, or at least this change, will help the board members who feel like they need, or at least the committee member has a voice there. And again, thank y'all for y'all's support on that.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Walker. Any other questions or discussions or comments? All right, can I get a motion? Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Braswell?
Larry, what else did you say was changed?
Okay, let me find my red line. In section 5.6 and 5.7 on page 7 was the, how to fill a vacancy in the event of a vice president could not serve or secretary could not serve. Before it said, if the vice president is unable or willing to serve, then the vice president would assume his duties, which obviously that's incorrect. And 5.7 said if a secretary was unable to complete his or her duty, that the vice president would take over the duties. I think that was probably a mistake from prior editions from 5.5 that says if a president, is vacant or whatnot, then the vice president takes over. And I think that just kind of carried over to that. So I just changed that to say it the way it should be, that if the vice president cannot serve or the secretary cannot serve, then the committee would elect, his or her replacement. So apparently something's been in there for generations of these pay-as-you-go committee meetings, anyway.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Fletcher. Any other questions, discussion, comments? All right, can I get a motion of approval, please?
So moved.
All right, it has been approved, motion by Mr. Lowry, second by Mr. Walker, I think I heard first. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. Our next one is approval of the pay-as-you-go member application. Mr. Derek Morgan. Mr. Fletcher?
Okay, thank you. And you had his application and his reasons for why thinks he'd be a good board member or committee member were included in the package. So this is the recommendation of Dr. Cobb as superintendent. As we just explained, each board member as well as the superintendent have the right to make a nomination subject to the approval, of the board. And this is Dr. Cobb's recommendation. Of course, many of y'all, don't know Dr. Morgan. He's from Augusta, went to T.W. Josie High School, graduated from Morehouse College in Atlanta, also Montreat College in North Carolina. He's got well over 25 years of experience in quality control and different construction, manufacturing, project type environments. He's also been a business owner of his own for 9-10 years. He's been involved in his various communities, including when he was in Matthews, North Carolina. He was on the Board of Planning and Zoning and the Board of Adjustment. He's on the T.W. Josie High School Alumni Foundation, so he has a lot of, you know, a lot of big nexus to this community. He's done a lot of good things. So anyway, that's the recommendation, and we just, if that's your desire, just need a motion to, you know, approve that appointment.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved by Ms. Kane, second by Mr. Lowry. Any questions, discussions, comments, concerns? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Oh, what's it got to say?
Mr. Walter, you have a question, or is that your vote?
No, that was my vote, I'm sorry.
Okay, because I caught you was in the middle of a cough at the time. Okay. Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fletcher. All right, the next topic of concern is student discipline. Ms. Kane, I'm gonna turn this over to you so you can begin the conversation.
Yes, I've, for a while, I've been concerned about the escalating discipline problems with the fighting. And I've become more concerned with students feeling it's comfortable or being comfortable enough to put or push staff members when they are trying to break up a fight. And I guess the most disturbing things is when I see children cheering on other children to basically beat a child down. I had a real problem with that. My next biggest problem is when our parents see no problem with putting that on Facebook. You won't want your child to see that and it to be there for the rest of their lives. Why would you do that to another child? I've asked in the past that we really, really look at our student code of conduct, work with our principals to see how we as a board could support them in making sure our schools are 100% safe. We talk about no bullying, but the bullying is still going on. You still get calls where parents say somewhere where they're not being allowed to do bully packeting. As a board, I think we need to have a conversation publicly, maybe sit down and come up as a board in a board retreat or whatever, some ideas on how we can make sure our bystanders, because if you in class and you're supposed to be in class and you sitting there watching a fight, you just as wrong as the person fighting. I want to make sure everybody in the school is aligned with what the rules and regulations are. If we have to put something in place to say if you caught sitting there watching the fight, then you just as guilty and you're gonna get some time at home too. And we need to reinforce and let our principal and our staff know we support them. But I cannot sit back again and go another year, because I think this is what holds our system back, when every time you look up, somebody done posted a fight on TV and they get vicious, and our kids think it's okay. But more than anything else, the parents think it's okay. So I like us as a board to sit down with whomever we need to sit down and come up with a solution to how we can curb some of this in our schools and provide a better look. Because see, one thing I notice about Richmond County, we get a whole lot of bad stuff. But all those kids we just paraded up here, they won't get not 1 ounce of recognition on nobody's Facebook page. And if they do, it'll be their mother and their grandmother. But they won't get 2,000 likes, 1,000 shares. But we'll spend a whole lot of time highlighting the negative in our community when we have so many things that's right in this community.
Mr. Walker?
I echoed this probably 3 or 4 years ago when we first started watching the videos, and you could see the phones that had come out of the kids who, and I was pretty certain that these fights were known about, because you had too many people that were right there ready to go with their phone, and they were just holding it up, and they were, and I'm like, well, y'all had to have known about it. My question to Larry or Ken is there any kind of state precedent? I mean, they've made all kinds of headway with cell phones. I mean, we were ahead of the curve when we said we're going to have a cell phone policy, and it took the state 2 years after we put ours in place to come up with their own. My question is there any kind of participation or audience law, anything that has happened on the state level that we know of that we could maybe piggyback off of?
So nothing on the state level that I know of. We did have language in
Ms.
the
Fletcher,
code.
Ms. Fletcher, can you go to the microphone so it can be recorded?
Yes, ma'am, sorry. Nothing on the state level that I'm aware of. We did add language in the code of conduct, I believe it was last year, that does give principals an option to discipline if students are recording without permission, which would include fights. So principals do have that available to them. I guess the double-edged sword is many times we use that footage as evidence in the tribunal. So you have to be careful about being consistent with that. But we can certainly research, and Larry, tell me if I'm missing anything.
Bystanders as well.
For bystanders and fights, yeah.
That might be stretching it a little bit. I don't know how you, I mean, if I watch a car wreck, am I guilty of causing the wreck?
No, but if you watching it and you cheering it on,
Well, that's a different, yeah.
go ahead, go ahead, you just as wrong.
Yeah.
You supposed to be in class. They're not gonna fight if nobody's there to watch them. It's a show.
I don't disagree with you.
Ms. Abbott?
So this is a multifaceted issue. I mean, there's so many levels to school-wide discipline, but ultimately, we are responsible for what happens inside of that building, and we are responsible for those students, and we are responsible for our employees. And as a former teacher who was hurt while breaking up a fight, that I still have issues with today, we need to protect our employees, and we need to figure out how we can do this. School days are disrupted, classrooms are disrupted, and the sad situation is it's such a minority of students that can wreak havoc for everyone and for everyone's education. And we're never going to reach the student achievement until we can get some of this under control. Now, will there always be fights in school? More than likely. I mean, but it is reaching a level now and almost just a level of complacency. And I don't mean to be negative about it, but it's just like, well, it was another fight again today.
We've become desensitized to it.
Right, that's the right word, desensitized. And so we have to figure out how we make this again. Like, we need to turn this around where you're not the Billy bad one. Oh, look at him. Why are you disrupting my school day? That's what we need to get our students to, we need to get them to say, you need to stop messing up my school day. So my suggestion, my request, my ask is, because it does require there's so many things that's happening in our city and in our community. Would it be feasible? Would it be possible to have some type of meeting, some type of conference, something where we're looking at, we're bringing in our principals, we're asking our principals what exactly are the issues that you're seeing in your building. We bring in the sheriff, we bring in the gang task force, we bring in maybe juvenile justice, we bring in different people from these different areas. Because if we start to crack down, so to speak, and really punish students for becoming involved in these things, well, that's going to trickle down effect on juvenile justice and all of that. So there's going to be so many layers involved. So I think it would
Chronic
be
absenteeism,
Right.
suspension recovery,
So
all
there
of them are
needs-
intertwined.
There needs to almost be like a working conversation where we can figure out exactly what it is we need to do, and it needs to happen in all 52 of our schools, so that we can prove to these students and to our community that we are serious about keeping our students and our employees safe. Not many people know this. The state of Georgia gives us $0 and 0 cents for school safety. Every single governor, every single House rep, every single Senate rep gets up there and talks about how they think that protecting children is the most important thing. But the state of Georgia and the QBE formula gives us $0 and 0 cents to do this. So we have to figure out with what we're allotted, how are we gonna protect our students and our staff? So that's just kind of my 2 cents, but I am requesting that we look at some way that we can bring all these levels together and start to figure out, some type of way to make headway in this situation.
So I was just, I'm gonna let Mr. Allen
Yeah.
say something first. It looked like you had a response.
No, just, we hear you. Thank you. That process is somewhat started with our code of conduct review with our principals that were invited in and district staff. And so I think we'll be able to start with things that we already have in the code of conduct that we need to reinforce. There's some really strong language in there that deals with people putting their hands on staff. And so just reiterating what we currently have as a start. Chief Wilson is setting up meetings with Sheriff Brantley and his team right now to make sure we're, or just as a broad safety support, and when they enter our buildings as well, to make sure they have access. So we have the process in place, and so we'll continue to go further with that as we get into the summer and bring the board in on it, so we can have something solid in place. Code of conduct, sheriff's office, and then also what can we add to it to move forward.
And I don't mean to imply that we aren't doing anything.
No.
I just think not only us, but we really
Everybody.
need to get people involved in this, and we need to, as Augusta Richmond County, we need to stand up and decide that this is no longer acceptable behavior in our school system or in our community, period.
I do like the idea of the conference, the one-day conference, kind of a thing. That would be something that now keep in mind what we're asking for. We're asking, because we're not going to plan it, we're asking others to do the work. So I would like to ask that as a board that we schedule a work session and come together. First of all, let's kind of know what specifically we're asking for and addressing, and what we would like to have to bring it to the administration to say that we would like to address these topics. Because essentially, we're asking Chief Wilson, we're asking Sheriff Brantley, we're asking Dr. Cobb, Dr. Welch, and Mr. Allen to put together time, money, staff, things of that nature, and we're justifying it. Now, I'm all for student safety. More importantly, I'm all for teacher safety, because I hear from the teachers of, I'm afraid that if I don't break up a fight, I'll get fired, but if I do break up a fight, I'll get hurt. And so those are legitimate concerns that we as a board need to look at what's working. We need to look at what's working. What do we have? What's already on the books? What's working? And what can we get better at? Can we tighten up something? Can we be a little bit more stricter in other things? Instead of creating new stuff, sometimes all we need to do is come together and reevaluate what we already have. But I do like the idea of a conference, but I would like to ask that the board consider doing a maybe Saturday morning work session, maybe 2 hours. And that be our only topic. We discuss it, come out with a plan, and then present it to move forward so that the administration can get feedback from the principals of what they're facing and doing indeed, and then we come together like that.
Well, part of the reason why I say we need to bring in all these other entities is it's kind of like when we're talking about elementary school, knowing what middle school's doing, knowing what high school's doing. We know what we're doing. We know what our code of conduct says. Juvenile justice doesn't.
And I'm saying I'm agreeing with you on that.
No, but that's what I'm saying is I think we all need to be on the same page. We all need to understand what we do impacts you, what you do impacts us.
And I
we
think
need
that's
to
why
have
that conference is a great idea, because it also gets to, I don't think many people know who the judges of that court is, and the process of what happens when your student get arrested, and things of that nature. What happens on the aftermath of a fight? Because we see it quite often when we have tribunal appeals. One of the questions that we ask quite often is, are you still facing legal? Have you been to court yet for this? And that weighs in sometimes to our decisions of what we're doing, because we're waiting for the process in juvenile court to happen. So I would like for us to be specific. I don't want us to kick this can down the road and say, let's get together soon.
Please, no more.
Yeah, I don't want us to kick the can down the road soon, so I'm asking board members by the end of this week to turn in a date and time within the next 30 days that you are available to sit down in a Saturday session to address this.
Well, I wanted to also add that just a few weekends ago, there was a great community preparedness event, and our Richmond County people were part of that.
Okay.
With the sheriff, talking about these same issues and the process and the protocol for juvenile. Tiana Bias was there, Audrey Armstead was there, everyone was there. So when those community events are going on, we need to also promote those as well. But our Richmond County staff was there and they spoke to the students in the community. So it's leveraging the partnerships that we already have as well.
And it's all about the partnerships, because we can't do it alone. We'll never be able to do it alone. And thank you, Charlotte, for this idea. If it's not a Saturday morning, maybe an evening where it's 5 to 7 in the evening time instead of Saturday morning, because I understand that sometimes it's hard to get, and I'm with you on that. If staff member want to be a part of it, I don't want no staff to come in on a Saturday morning to work with us. Ms. Kane?
I don't want to belabor it, but again, I like that idea. Do I need to put a motion? Because again, I'm gonna go back to.
No, you don't need to put a motion. We're putting it right here on record now.
Okay.
It's
And I
on
just
the
want-
record.
Okay, so I just want to say this. Whenever I was watching the news where there was a big fight, and when a child has the nerve, thing, I guess, that's not the word I want to use, the gall, to say, we come here just to fight. So you just told me you come to school just to fight, not to learn. And our schoolhouse is a place to learn. Riding our buses are a privilege, not for you to get on that bus and fight and disrupt that bus driver. Again, I like to see something definitely, and I thank you all for this time, taking me serious, because I've been asking for this for the last 2-3 years. And I'm gonna finally get it, so thank you, and I don't, like I said, don't wanna belabor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Kane. Mr. Hannah?
We've had this discussion for 1,000 years or longer. The fact still remains that the consequences are not severe enough. The deterrent is not there. That's right. And it pits the administration against the teachers when they feel that we're not supporting them.
Exactly.
Okay, this is an issue, but at the same time, this is bigger than Richmond County. This is a state issue. Okay, this is definitely a state issue, and we can say what we want our administrators to do, what we want our principals to do, what we want our public safety to do, but at the same time, we're going to get pushback from juvenile court judges, superior court judges, DFAC, and it's only a small percentage. If Lil Ray Ray is disrupting class for 32 kids, Lil Ray Ray need to be out of school. If they're fighting and disrupting the bus on a continuous basis, they need to be off the bus. This is the problem, is that we have soft discipline approaches, and it has come, I say, from the state down. Because if we have to put these kids out for whatever reasons, then we're financially penalized. On one end, our scores are attacked. So, you know, everybody say we need to do something about discipline, but when you decide to take an affirmative hard position, then we get pushback. So, and teachers think we're not supporting them. So, you know, we can ask the administration to do exactly what we want. It's common sense. They want to do the same thing. They want to do the will of the board. But at the same time, this got to be balanced with what's coming down from the judicial system and state legislation. This is something that we need to address as a board heavily, in my opinion, from our to our state legislators.
Yep.
And then we can address it effectively. Anything else, we just exercise, and we're on a treadmill going nowhere.
Well, I will say, Mr. Hannah, that there was a bill introduced that will hold parents accountable for continuous disruption of their students. It was discipline, help me out, Kim. I reported on it, I think last month or month before last. It was discipline, parents being held accountable for the discipline of their students, habitual disruptions in the classroom, fighting and things of that nature, especially when it's happened more than once. So it is, I'm with you on the legislator because it gotta get passed.
I want to say something else to that, but then if the parents decide that they have to take a hardline position, then the state will come down on them also. The kids have too much room to wiggle,
I got you.
okay? This is
Gentle parenting.
too much gentle parenting, too much everything. But the consequences are not there. We cannot. We would do better academically if the teachers and the principals did not have to deal with 1 or 2% of the students that just don't care about education. And some kids
parents
just
don't
don't care. Exactly, or parents. So still, the discussion is a little higher than us. We should have this discussion, but the reality of it is that we're going to get pushback if we decide to take a harder line.
All right. Ms. Abbott, last comment,
Real
and we'll
quick.
move on.
And I 100% agree with you, Charlie, 1,000,000%. And this is where Richmond County can stand up and kind of lead the way for the state of Georgia. We can invite, Mr. Prince and Mr. Jones. We can invite all of these people to this right? And we can put together a plan. We can put together a proposal, and then we can start coming to them through GSBA and through other organizations and say, look, we want to fix this problem, but without your help, you can't do it. And in all honesty, like I just said, they give us $0 and 0 cents. There's a safety grant, but a grant, as we all know, can disappear tomorrow. They do not guarantee us a dime for the safety in our schools. And we start applying some political pressure and say, this is what we're trying to do, but you're telling us that we can't. Then we can start to affect some change. This is not a battle that will be fought overnight. But we have seen the deterioration from me being in school in the 1980s to my children being in school in the 2020s. It's not the same. It's not the same. And what used to happen, and I'm not saying we need to go back to, my principal used to spank the holy tar out of this one child in the hallway because he had to fall all the time. I'm not saying we need to do that. What I'm saying is we need to come up. This is what we need to do to be successful. This is what we need to do to get discipline under control in our buildings. Now we need the state to come back and help us and back us up on. Just like our principals need us to back them, we need the state to back us. But we need to come to them with data and a plan and then start to push that. So I'm with you, Charlie, but I think this is a first step into seeing some actual change that could happen within the school system.
Ms. Stovall, I just want everybody to know that I'm speaking from the perspective of someone that's been raised 60 teenage boys.
60?
60 teenage boys, 2 teenage girls, 3 of them went to prison, 17 went to college, and I only had probably 1 or 2% that was not a problem in school. Officer Chief Wilson know a few of them that had to be handled. So this is from actual experience. Thanks.
Charlie, with 60 kids, we need to get you in a biology class. That's why I said with 60 kids, we need to get you in a biology class. Just no, he's a foster parent. But speaking of, thank you all for the respectful discussion. We're gonna move on to announcements. Speaking of GSBA, we just got this in. I would like to read something that we just got in from Valerie Wilson. She is the executive director of the Georgia School Board Association. She says, I am writing to ask you to join in supporting one of our fellow school communities during a time of urgent need. Brantley County Schools is currently facing the impact of devastating wildfires affecting their community. Earlier today, due to the proximity of the fires, 2 schools in the district were evacuated to ensure the safety of students and staff. Reports indicate that several homes have already been lost and the fire remains uncontained. This is a rapidly evolving situation that is deeply affecting the the entire community. In moments like these, the strength of our statewide education community is most evident when we come together in support of one another. I respectfully ask that you join GSBA in lifting up Brantley County in your thoughts and prayers, praying for the safety of the students, staff, and families, for the protection of homes and schools, and for the first responders who are working tirelessly to contain the fires and protect the community. Your support, unity, and compassion are meaningful, and I know they will be felt by those facing these circumstances. Thank you for standing together in support of Brantley County School. We also have a report that just came in that tomorrow all Brantley County schools will be closed due to the spreading of this wildfire. And possibly other surrounding counties as well. So as we know that when fires happen, it's not just the fires itself, it is the smoke as well that causes. So what I'm asking is that we take a moment of silence in remembrance of Brantley County during this difficult time of the homes lost, of the devastation that they're facing. Thank you. Now, on to the rest of our announcements. We have 2 birthdays coming up next month. By the time we come back together, we'll be done had 2 birthdays. We have our very own Mr. Fletcher. We'll have a birthday on May 3rd.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And Mr. Walker will have a birthday on May 5th. Both of them will be turning 25 years old. And at the age of 25, they both look like everything they've been through. So
Happy birthday.
but we say happy birthday to both of you and thank you and hope you have an amazing celebration as well. The Georgia milestones will be administered April 22nd through the 30th. Students in grades 3 through 8 will take subjects tests in English language arts, math, science, and social studies. Students enroll in American literature and composition, Algebra 1, biology, and U.S. history will also be tested. The results of the test help us determine how well a student is learning the content in their classrooms. So we encourage every parent to encourage your child to get a good night's rest, have good food in the morning, nothing too heavy, but nothing too light that their stomach interrupts the rest of the class. And we wish all of our students a success on the Georgia milestones, all of our teachers a success for the work that they have done, and good luck to everybody. The Richmond County Board of Education will hold its May 2026 committee meeting on May 12th, 2026 at 4 p.m. in the boardroom auditorium. The Richmond County Board of Education will hold its May 2026 regular board meeting on May 19th, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the boardroom auditorium. The Richmond County School System will hold its 2026 retirement banquet on May 14th at 7 p.m. at the Augusta Marriott Riverfront. We'd also like to say congratulations to Mr. Linwood Holmes and the arts department on a very successful chorus and band concert. They were absolutely amazing. Our students, as always, do a very good job, and so we are so proud of them. And ladies and gentlemen, it is 6:59 p.m., and I was true to my word to my board members. Can I get a motion of adjournment?
So moved.
All right, it's been properly motioned and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned.